Okay, got it. Yeah, recording started. Yeah, so my name is Kishore, Mamidi Kishore Kumar. That's how like people used to call me before I started getting into this riding passion. And now like most of the people know me as Kishore the rider than Mamidi Kishore Kumar. So if you're seeing my name as Mamidi Kishore Kumar, so that's what I used to be known before getting into this biking community. So I'm going to like keep it very quick and short. Basically, it wouldn't be if I'm coming in, physical class directly attending the sessions. But now I'm having some limited time. Ignore the messages. Yeah, yeah. So I'll be starting my session now. Yeah. So first of all, like thanks to the management for giving me this great opportunity to share my experience and share some words like which are very helpful for this current generation. And it's not like I'm giving some kind of a session. This is something you have been experienced or you have been seen or you have been felt in your regular life. And this may look like silly, but it really cost a life. So that's the reason I have lost like many of my friends even in the college, in the same college. I have lost few of the friends who were riding without helmet, and then I realized like I don't want to lose any other person in my life and in anyone's life. So I started doing these sessions. So the session would be having introduction of the presenter. So that's me. I think already sir has said a lot about me. And apart from that, few things about the helmets, like the causes of the accidents, and a few words about a rider or a racer, and some of the traffic rules I would like to share. So that's me. Okay, that's one of my oldest image you are seeing with a suit and all. So I'm a software QA engineer having like 11 years of experience in the IT industry as a manual test engineer. And so far, like I have, worked in some different level of companies. You might be heard about like CMMI levels. So I worked in a like no CMMI level, a startup, and CMMI level 1, level 2, level 3, level 5. And I have learned like different process. And whenever you feel like you have any doubt with respect to testing or software development life cycle, software testing life cycle, or the project process, you can always reach me out. My details would be shared at the last, so you can note it down, and or else you can reach out to Malesh sir, so he'll be giving you the details. And coming to the main part, yes, you can see the image with a proper riding gear and all. So I'm a bike rider. So whenever like most of the people, whenever I say like I'm a bike rider, they started asking me like okay, you lift the front tire and you go like this in between the public, creating the nuisance. No, that's not me. So there is a lot of difference which I'm going to share in the coming session. And apart from that, I'm actually a cyber but the traffic police volunteer. Like I've been serving cyber traffic police since around 2015, and still I've been a part of it, and I have received two awards from Stephen Ravindra sir and Sajjanar sir. So yeah. Hello. Can I continue, sir? Okay. So those are some few information from me, and let's getting into the topic. So the very first question I would like to ask, like if someone wants to speak out, I'm happy to listen from answers from you. You don't need to switch on the video, but at least you can unmute and give me one or other reason like why you don't want to wear the helmet first of all. And apart from, like as we can see here, dandruff, hairstyle, or suffocation, these are the very common things that I'll be listening from the students. So other than that, do you have any other reasons why you don't want to wear a helmet, guys? You can unmute and talk. Yes. Now, at least tell, yeah,
Good evening, sir.
yeah,
Myself, Sai Pawan. Like
yeah, Pawan.
on every day, when I see my juniors who won't wear the helmet and drive the vehicle, when I ask them
Mm-hmm.
why don't you wear the helmet, they
Yeah,
reply me in a funny way that they want to showcase themselves like riding at the 80 kilometer per hour. Like
awesome.
that is one of
Got
the
it.
main reason where I can see many accidents occur during the Joni Metro to college route. But I feel very
Exactly.
sad. But when I instruct them, they won't be accepting my words because they are saying like, uh, senior is suggesting me, why should I do that? Like that.
We'll do something even for that. Maybe even I'll join you guys because you have all the people who joined the session now. I really appreciate you guys, you coming forward for this cause. So I would like to, keep my efforts as well to, make something better. Whatever you are facing now, we'll come up with some solution for that. So any other answers, guys?
Maybe want to feel the air while riding a bike.
Got it. That's something unique I have heard so far. Okay. Now I'll tell you like what we can do. Okay, when people start saying me that okay, I don't want to wear a helmet, the very first reason people tell me like I'll get a lot of sweat first thing, and when a lot of sweat which causes a dandruff, something kind of answers I would be getting. And I'll be like, okay, dandruff is your first concern, then how you will be getting sweat? So basically when we are when you're keeping your helmet, basically it's like you know uh, there won't be any air coming in, so that's the reason you will be getting that sweat. But a lot of helmets, when you observe it, on the top of the helmet, maybe I can showcase my helmet to you. So this is my helmet. So you can see here, right? There are like two, it's not any design. You can see there are two holes here on the both the sides. If you open it, the air goes in and you won't even get the sweat. Even though if you still feel like you are getting this issue, then still what you can do is you can keep a handkerchief. That's something very common, like people would be using handkerchief, or else there are like many balaclavas, that's what we call, or buff. You can just use it like this, okay, kind of a topi or something, and then you can keep the helmet. And that's how you can like if the answer is like dandruff, yeah, because of dandruff I won't be wearing it. So this is something, a solution for you guys, like what you can do. And some people will say like Anna, hairstyle, I'm going to a party and I have to look smart. And trust me, if you're going without helmet, you started taking craft from this side, when you reach the destination it become like this spikes, right? And ultimately again you have to set up the hairstyle, and there is no point in saying that hairstyle is a concern, it damages your hairstyle. Rather, if you're using this cloth on head and keeping the helmet, actually that keeps your hairstyle also like in a perfect way, in almost the same condition. While taking and keeping, it may disturb a little bit, and that can be adjusted. When you get down from the bike, you can use like 1 or 2 minutes in the washroom and set it up, and you look more smarter than how you are supposed to be when you're coming on the bike, like without helmet. And even sometimes you like the water comes in and it goes from here to there, and even spoils your makeup. So that is one thing. And some people even say like suffocation. So suffocation, yes, I have some other answers which I'll be telling later. Now here, one thing I would like to address. So for all these reasons, like everyone is having like concern about the hair or dandruff or hairstyle, all these things. But one thing, like if they are going on a bike and without helmet, and if they met with a very minor accident which actually got a very slight scratch on the head, luckily they got saved, but even there is a small injury on the head. So how the doctor treats? I'm not a doctor, but I have seen many of the doctors doing that. First they'll shave off this part, okay, and then they'll if it needs any stitches or cleaning, because to do the treatment they have to take out that part of the hair, and then they'll do the treatment. And trust me, that looks very weird. Like in the olden days, people used to say like pain korikindi, something like that. If you have heard or seen, it looks funny, but that looks very weird compared to the skipping these reasons. It's like you if you wear a helmet, you don't have to get into that stage either. If that situation comes in, you have to shave off your head completely and become a gundu, and gundu with some stitches again. That looks very weird. So people are like who are like very concerned about hairstyle and all, imagine yourself with that gundu and with that some part of the hair taken out, looks very bad. So like there are many reasons, but there is a solution. And ultimately, why the we always suggest being a bike rider, I always suggest like wear helmet is any part of the body can be replaced except the head and the brain, and these are the very sensitive part. If you don't have a hand, you can get a plastic hand or something, a leg, and a kidney transplantation, heart transplantation. Maybe I'm poor at all these things, but I have heard many things like where a part can be replaced, except I haven't heard so far is something you cannot replace your head or a brain. Something happened to the brain means they are done, they can't do anything, they can't see the life. So that's the reason I have started this initiation and going forward. And I want at least one answer for my next question. Before I go into the next slide, I would like to ask one question. So can someone tell me what is the abbreviation for helmet? Anyone? I'll count for 1 to 10. If no one answers, maybe I'll explain. And trust me, when I start answering it, everyone may join in mind. Maybe they may not unmute the call, but they'll join me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I won. So when you see the word helmet, I mean helmet, it has a lot of abbreviation, and I'm not sure how the person who invented the name might have think of it or not, but there is a meaning for it. So H indicates head. Okay, abbreviation I'm saying. E, eyes. L, lips. M, mouth. E, ears. T, teeth or tongue. So helmet. So it protects all of this. Maybe that's the reason they got this name and kept that name, which actually protects all of this, the entire part. It don't go for the neck, it covers only this part of the body. So that's the definition here I have wrote, like head, ears, lips, mouth, eyes and teeth. Now I just told you like there is even few people say like I cannot breathe in when I'm keeping a helmet. And for even for them there are like different helmets like available in the market. So if you see you can see the helmets, right? Like full face helmet, half face helmet, modular, cap model. Don't even consider this cap model. I basically call it as a cheaper helmet. It doesn't even give you any kind of a protection, but I never suggest if even the government is not accepting such kind of a helmets. So do not even buy it or consider it while buying it, or don't even recommend it. The first three helmets, as you can see here, the full face helmets. So here you can see this is a full face helmet. It's like totally covered from all the sides, and it actually protects from here to here. And half face helmet is something, let me give me a minute, I'll show it right away. Yep. So sorry. So this is the half face helmet, as you can see here. But there is a risk with this half face helmet too. I would suggest these kind of helmets only for the people who are having some kind of a suffocation or breathing problem. I heard like people saying that I cannot breathe in, breathe out when I'm wearing a helmet. But for such kind of a people, this is something like a half face helmet. This is how it looks. But still, with these helmets, your chin part is always at risk. Whenever you fell down, it actually gets damaged. Like it may get hurt here. Even some of my friends even got injuries when they were wearing these kind of a helmets. So I always suggest like go for a full face helmet. Even for don't go for a modular one. because there is a small clip that actually gives you where you can switch it from normal full face to half face. Here you can see he has lifted almost half part of it, but I never suggest that because a small clip cannot give you the complete protection when we fall. And trust me, I don't even suggest this. It's not like one second, what's happening here? Yeah. So this cap model, don't even go for it. It looks weird. Again, has like the whenever we fell down, we hit the part with this part, but not like this. We don't go directly like this, right? So that doesn't makes any sense wearing these kind of a helmets. And most of the time whenever I ask, like in the colleges when I'm giving this session, so I'll ask like what are the main things you consider when you're buying a helmet. And the very funny reasons I'll be getting from everyone is like bhaiya price, anna, like ekdam design and all these kind of things. But I would always say, like, whenever you're purchasing a helmet, these are something very important. Whenever you're buying or whenever your friend is buying, ask them to, go for these kind of things. Like, they have to check all these things, and do not buy helmets in a online. Buy it from a physical store, which actually, you can actually test it and check, okay, is it really like gives you protection or not. So one thing is a certification, isi dot ec snell. So these are the different certifications which I mean, if I go into the certification, it actually takes a more time, but those are very interesting subject, certification, what it actually gets. And strap, most of the like people, most of the people, what they do is they'll wear helmet, but there is a strap below it. You can see it, right? So this strap is not for any kind of a ornament, like just to keep it hanging. It actually gives you like your, whenever we fell down, the helmet doesn't go out of your head, because when someone hits the ground, it's not like they are just hitting the ground. They'll slide, and most of the time the helmet goes off, and they'll get injuries. So there is no point in wearing a helmet without keeping the strap on. So you need to check like whether the strap quality is good or not. Just pull it. If it comes into your hand, then there is no point that helmet gives you the protection. Do not go and buy a helmet to just to avoid this traffic and all. Buy these helmets to keep yourself safe. And whenever you're I don't know, like even there was a situation, I have faced a situation. I was wearing some kind of a normal helmet in my starting days, but I was keeping the strap, but it was hanging like this, kind of a, some ornament. And when I fell down, immediately the helmet went away. Even though the strap was there, but it was hanging because it was loose. So even sometimes there are many accidents which I have witnessed, like even though the person was wearing the helmet, after he fell down, he didn't, if strap was weak or something happened, the strap came out, and helmet came out, and he had a lot of injuries on the head. So check the strap if it is perfect or not. And most of the time, like I heard like kids saying that, okay, I need some tinted glass. Tinted in the sense like the black visor, like you cannot see, if I'm wearing the helmet, no one can see me from the out whom I'm seeing. And in the night times, that becomes a headache. You cannot see outside people. And if someone wearing the black dress and walking in front of you, directly hit them, and then they'll hit you back. So do not go for such kind of visors and all. Always try to take some clear visor. When I'm saying clear visor, so this is a clear visor, you can see here, right? It's a totally clear visor, and you can see it. And when you're riding in the sun, there is always an option in the helmets like dual visor. If I'm riding in the sun, there is another glass inside, as you can see here. I can open it and I can close it. So this is something you can do, but rather going for a complete, tinted visor, you cannot. If it is like very cold outside, or it's like very hot outside, or it's raining, if you are taking out your visor, the everything impacts your face. So, and you will want to keep it closed, but you cannot see. So always do not go for this tinted visor. Go for a clear visor so that you can see what's happening around. And the size, whenever you're purchasing a helmet, first take the helmet, wear it, and do like this. at least twice or thrice up and down like this, and observe if the helmet is rotating with your head or not. If the helmet is like whenever you turn your head and your helmet is still watching in the front, I mean it's remain in the same position, means imagine when you want to take some left turn or something is coming from the left and you rotate this way, you cannot see anything here happen, and meanwhile you'll hit something. So most of the people like have observed like they do not consider size as something. And even I'll just wear this helmet and I'll show you how it looks when I'm wearing this helmet. So can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you
Yes,
hear
yes,
me?
sure,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
This is clear, clear.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll just take out this microphone. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. And whenever you are going for these certifications, you will be getting to know like what kind of material they have used. Now I'll just show you how it looks when I'm wearing this kind of helmet. Trust me, this helmet itself costs like 6,500. And nothing is important for me than my life, staying alive. I can earn a lot of money, but safety is something first I need to focus on. So can you hear me now, right? Maybe I need to shout a bit. So
No, 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 it is clear.
yeah, now you can see me, right? Only this part is still like you can see me, but the entire head is at safer side. Even though if I hit the ground, the helmet takes all the damage, the external part, and there is a lot of soft cushioning inside, which actually gives me the protection and keeps me safe from the impact. And even this part, if I'm using a a valid certified helmet, this glass also gives me the protection. And even some nails that also falls on it, it gets cracked, but it doesn't get inside until unless it's some from bullet speed or something coming in. Maybe we cannot stop, but at least it gives you some basic protection. And now, as I said, when I'm rotating my head, even though without keeping my strap, does it rotates with my head, or else it's like staying in the same position? It is rotating. See, that's what you need to choose, and even you need to suggest whenever your friend is buying a helmet. And as I said, tinted visor, yes, you cannot see me, but I can see you guys. And this I'll be using only in the sun, but not at the nights, because I need a load visibility. And most of the time, I'll be hearing answers like I cannot see what's coming in. But trust me, recently I have completed like 1700 kilometers ride on this helmet, and trust me, I never got a any issues with respect to the visibility. I'll just take it out. And weight is also something I've been hearing from the like as a reason. And this helmet even doesn't even weighs like 1600 grams. And even though like as I'm a rider, so I'll be having this helmet camera and this intercom, so many stuff, but I never feel like it's heavy. And as I said, even there is a lot of cushioning material inside that actually gives you the protection from the inside, not just from the outside. Yeah. So some very basic common things that we'll be seeing, like the reasons for accidents. One is a cell phone driving, keeping your phone like this and driving like this. Like you literally, your focus won't be on the road. Your focus would be on the phone. Trust me, even I have an iPhone here, like some 67,000 around. I am like very much focused on, on the 67,000, but infinite value life is like more important than this. Like when you're driving, if something it gets slipped, you just don't focus, you just leave it and you'll try to hold it, and meanwhile something impact happens. So avoid it, like rather like getting like 5 minutes late, being like a permanent late. It's okay if you're getting a 5 minute late to the location or event, anything. And drink and drive, this is a very common thing. It's not like they are just risking their life, even they are risking someone else's life and their family. And trust me, I was in a situation where a parent, how a parent feels, like
someone really drunk and directly hit a family who was like going to a party, enjoy their daughter's or son's birthday, and the entire family has to suffer of the loss. And it's because of some idiots, drunken and driving, all these incidents happening. If they're really drunk, ask them, tell them, stop them, directly stop them, ask them to take the vehicles on some other day, or arrange a driver for them to pick, drive the vehicle to till their location. So do not encourage this. And as you are all NSS and NCC volunteers, so if they are fighting with you, go and fight with them, because their life is not just their life, everyone's life is precious, and you are actually trying to help them, not to really fight with them. And animals, these are like, again, like most of the accidents happen because, especially for the two-wheelers, when they are riding even on a decent speed, suddenly a dog runs all of a sudden. We cannot expect, but still you can protect yourself by wearing these helmets and the safety gear that actually gives you the protection. You can, even though if you fell down, you can get up and at least you can walk, or you can call someone who is nearby, to come and pick you and take you to the hospitals. And kids, even they don't know if they are playing somewhere. Just whenever in these two scenarios, animals and kids, just make sure you focus. If okay, there is some kid is playing, okay, there is some dog or something is there, just focus on those things and reduce your speed and proceed ahead. Like, rather, rushing, no, before they come, I'll go. You never know what they'll be, god's on a god speed, suddenly if they come in, khatam, everything would be gone. So I would suggest always, maintain a very decent speed, and everywhere, whenever you're seeing the speed board, try to, focus on, okay, there would be definitely there would be a reason they have kept that speed limit. And it's not like, blindly to, they have kept it for every road, because on the highways, it would be some ORR 100 kilometers. If you're taking some highways, 80, and if you're getting into the some internal highways, 60, again in cities, 40. There is a reason behind keeping that speed limits, and again, that is for our safety, not for just to keep ourselves slow. They are not going to get anything. They want ever, like, they, in the sense, police, they want us to be safe and alive. So that's the reason they are keeping the speed limits. And road conditions, we never know, like, what is there on the road. Yes, today we are traveling on the, every day I'll be using the same road, suddenly someone, something might have happened and the road condition is not good, and if we go on to that, again we fell down. It can be a major or minor incident. So it's not like I know the road, I just drive blindly. Never do that. Always even though if it that road, no, the entire road, you have been traveling from past 20 or 30 years, still focus on the road and then proceed. And there is a, like, the current generation, there is a lot of issue with this. Whenever they are crossing the road, their focus is not on the road, like what vehicle is coming in, what speed they are coming in. They are focused on this, Insta, WhatsApp, or some other social media platforms. Like, they'll be focusing on the phone and they'll walk. And there are many incidents, like, because of these people, the two-wheelers has suffered, and there are many, sad incidents where the two-wheeler's life has gone by hitting his head onto the divider or something. And it's total, even though the guy was like coming in a decent speed, these people suddenly rush onto the road without watching the traffic and looking only at the mobile. And that's how these accidents mainly happens. And there are many other reasons, which I may not be covering in this session. I can take it further. And you can see the two images. The left side, it's me, a very old pic of mine, maybe a 4 years back pic. That's how a rider looks, with a bike riding jacket. And the bike itself, it's a touring bike, not meant for racing and all. And if you can see on the legs, there is some knee guard protectors, gloves, helmets, riding shoes, everything. And on the right side, the sports bike Repsol, that's a sports guy. So these two are something different, but when it comes to safety, both are following all the safety precautions, like helmet, riding jacket, riding gear, and bike. They are, and even the racers, like, I'll tell you the main difference between a rider and racer. Riders, they just travel for long distances. Again, they'll be wearing all the safety jackets, helmets, everything. Even there is some strip, right? That is called as a reflector. Even in the nights, if light falls on it, it reflects to keep ourselves safe. So that if some big vehicle is coming in, they'll be seeing, okay, there is something reflecting, means there is something, someone is moving in. So again, riders are focusing on safety, and the racer is one who actually, gets trained in a certified, track, certified jackets, certified helmets, certified bikes. The one who does all these things is a racer. If you might be seeing, like especially students, like on the highways, they'll be racing between their friends, like hey, who reaches first to this place, let's race. Frankly saying, I call them chapri nibas. Though if you feel offended, I'm still okay. But trust me, they are not riders. They are just risking their life and others' life who are traveling in that route. And if you ever feel like, okay, there is someone who is doing this is wrong, just take a video or a photo, whatever it is, and note down the location and timing details. And even, you can raise a, what you say, challan on those people if someone is doing these kind of things. Yes, you heard it right. Yes, even you guys can raise challans. How? I'll tell again in some separate session, because it's something a big thing. There is a phone number, WhatsApp number. Maybe I'll try to share with Malaysian sir, so maybe he can share with you. You can just send the details there. They will take it down, they'll track it, and they'll send a challan to those people, so that at least these guys will know, okay, it's not just the police, there are many other people who are actually watching us, so they'll be very careful doing this. And it's not like, just doing this stunt, they'll be getting like multiple challans, like overspeeding, dangerous driving, blah blah blah. At least they'll get like 3 to 4,000, and they'll be like, I rather doing this stuff, at least I'll go decently. At least though that change we need to get in everyone's mind. And there are like different challenge you might have already faced, or someone like in your family has got this. But even if your bike doesn't have the side mirror, still you can get a challan. But not every time you will be seeing this. That once in a rare case you will be seeing this challenge. And even if a helm and if most of the time, like person who is sitting in the back, called as a pillion, they feel like, okay, rider is wearing helmet, why I should wear helmet? And I'll tell you a situation, like the person who is riding the bike, he's focused on the road, and he know what's happening in the surrounding. And something comes in, at least he'll try to keep himself safe, and he'll try to jump in or something. The person sitting in the back, he was like very comfort zone, thinking of something. And or else browsing on the social media, like, okay, someone has posted something, they'll be focusing on that. And meanwhile this guy jumps in, and the person realizes, he'll be like hitting something. So it's always like mandatory, and majority times the deaths happen for the pillions, but not for the riders. I mean, the person who is riding the bike is called as a rider, and who is sitting in the back is called as a pillion. And majority accident, when the pillions were not wearing the helmet, and that was the reason there are majority accidents where pillion dies. And people wearing the helmet but not wearing the strap, also, like, again, there is a challan for that too. If you are not keeping the strap, if police caught you and he sees like there is no strap, you may get a challan. And signal jumps, and even though if you do not have all these documents, you'll be getting a challan again. And overspeeding, at least like 1,000 plus. And if you're parking in some no parking, still you'll get a challan. And doing these stunts within the city, there are like very many other people who actually very fond of this and trying to do this, and ultimately end up in a situation where they'll either broke their hand or leg. So do not do this stunts or in anywhere. Someone really wants to do, once you get in settled in your career. And most of the time, like I'll be whenever I give some sessions, the kids would be coming to me back saying that, Anna, even I want to get into this bike riding. I'm very much interested. I follow all the moto bloggers, and I'm very much interested. I want to start that. Guys, one thing I'll tell you, even though I'm a passionate bike rider, riding since past 6 years, it's not like once after my BTech I stopped everything, I jumped in. No, First, I settled in my career. Even though I'm doing this, I'm continuing my passion, and at the same time, I'm focusing on my career. If you have a proper career, set your career first, do everything. Once your career is set, then start focusing on the passion what you had. It's not just bike riding or anything, everything like whatever you had. But do not, get your passion with your parents' money or someone else money. It has a separate feeling, like which you cannot express. When I started my biking career, I was in a safer zone, like I'm earning money, I'm married, I have a like family, but still, like, I kept some dedicated money and amount of time separately for that once I settle in my career. Because whenever you are focusing on this passion, you have to leave everything. So do not, get deviated on all these things. First, focus on the career. You'll once you get settled and everything, then start focusing on your passion. Trust me, you are going to enjoy it a lot. That's how even I'm enjoying right now. Even recently, when I visited the college alumni event, and I came in a complete proper gear. Maybe some of you have already seen. If I had some, other headaches and all, and I started my, passion and all, I wouldn't have, enjoyed it much. But now I'm enjoying it because I don't have the, tension about my career and all, because it's already settled and everything is first. Then you can jump into this passion and all. And if someone really wants to get into this, always, first think which is important, then start. And my personal opinion, I always suggest you guys, like, focus on the career, settle your career, and then get your passion. That's how, like, you, if you're bad doing this, time management equally, once you get settled in the career, then you'll enjoy your doing your passion. Like, rather, getting scoldings from everyone. Arey, first focus on the job, rather do this, do this. Once you settle, someone says, you can tell them, like, yes, my life is settled, now I'm focusing on my passion too. Clear? So that's all for now, and it's going to be actually a very big session. Due to the time constraints, I'm keeping it very short. And as sir said, all the department, like, there are some different leads I have heard about. And if you want a separate session to be scheduled, I'm actually available on Saturdays mainly. Saturdays, because I'm a software engineer, so Saturday and Sunday is holiday for me. So I'm available on the Saturdays. I can, come in the morning and give you a session, and I can go back. And you might have been, as someone just now Pawan said, like, he has experienced one of the rider with not wearing a helmet. Maybe